Good afternoon, guys. I'm Torvix or Victor, and today I often come here in this channel talk about different things. This is more of a hobby, not really me trying to be a career YouTuber. In the past, I've posted videos about my travels and about my thoughts and this and that. This video is a bit different. Recently, this year, I joined the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. I did that in February and I posted a video about that beforehand. Today, I'm posting a different video. This is a video about me receiving the Melchizedek priesthood. For those of you who are in the church, you know it's a very big deal for a male, usually for a person who joins the church, for a male. There's responsibilities you have to have. And up to this point, I've had the Aaronic priesthood where I've been serving the church in a different capacity. But today, I received the privilege of the Melchizedek priesthood, which grants me the privilege of blessing my family, blessing those in need, blessing the sick, with the appropriate training, of course, and education and so on. And I just feel immensely privileged and honored. I thank the community at large, the Latter-day Saint community here in New South Wales, as well as the church as a whole, for finding me worthy to receive such a privilege and to have it bestowed upon me. I will strive to fill the shoes, so to speak, and do what I can to serve God as He calls me to serve Him, and do as He calls me to do. Range of emotions. I've come a long way from 2 years ago watching videos on YouTube about the church, from the church, and then going through r/exmo, which is an anti-church, which is fine. You know, good luck. You know, fair call. Good luck to them. And reading all the arguments against the church and not really being impressed. Going through their CES letter and not really being impressed. I'm not really seeing anything that kind of threw me off. And I thought, okay, well, that's a good sign, I suppose. It was my belief that I should investigate why people avoid the church or leave the church before I should join it. Due to some previous experiences, some evangelical churches where I did no research, I just jumped in and found out later on there were issues that I didn't like. I'm not really a clapping kind of guy. So I went and I researched extensively about the church. I've heard about Latter-day Saints, back then Mormons, Latter-day Saints as we prefer to be called. And spent a lot of time learning and researching and studying. I read through the Book of Mormon. I found it very interesting. Nothing that was outrageous or controversial. Nothing that contradicted the Old or New Testaments. It seemed to work perfectly, like just line up perfectly. But you have to have a bit of an open mind to see that. Some of my evangelical friends didn't. That's okay. They were allowed to have their beliefs, of course, as I'm allowed to have mine. And I read about the church history, about Joseph Smith, Brigham Young, Lorenzo Snow, and so on. And I just kept reading through, and I went through the most controversial things in the church, and I would try and read the arguments against. So I would read about, for example, the priesthood ban is a very, very infamous, famous, well-known topic. And I would read the church's stance on it, and the discussions about it, and why it was put in place, theories as to why it was put in place, and the reasons the church gave as to why they lifted it. And I thought, okay, I understand the perspectives. Look at other things like the role of men and women and families, the family proclamation, all those kind of things. Things that are controversial in the modern age. And I tried to take a long-term view of it. And none of it threw me off the church. Questions? Absolutely. Nothing threw me off investigating the church. So I started meeting missionaries and all that kind of stuff. And then I got baptized in February. Go through my videos if you want to see a video about that. And then 4 or 5 months later, here I am receiving the Melchizedek priesthood, which is quite a privilege and quite an honor. And here I am. I'm thankful to all the people along the way who helped me get here, all the missionaries, more than two, quite a few missionaries I had to meet along the way to get me here. And I'm very grateful to God and to the Lord Jesus Christ, whose atoning sacrifice got me here. My life is significantly better since joining the church, even in small, tiny ways. Small ways that like add up. The small 1% that each day adds up, and I can feel now my life. Still great challenges. I'm still an Australian, so I'm still struggling with cost of living. I'm still struggling with trying to buy a house, which is the great challenge of my life. But I now have faith that everything will go according to God's plan, including this croaky throat. I had to give a talk last night, and of course my voice gave out that morning. It's very cold here in Sydney. But I have faith that God will guide me and direct me. And I'm doing BYU pathway, which is fantastic. I'm learning so much and making so many friends. And I'm just grateful. I'm just incredibly grateful to God, with his gentle, divine guiding hand, placed me here. So, yeah, just so I'd share that. Got some McDonald's to eat. I'm going to go demolish that. And when I've thought this through, when I've processed this a bit more, my emotions kind of settle, I'll maybe post another video talking about my experiences in the church. But thank you to all of you for supporting me along the way in your own way. And I'm very grateful. And go to church. If you're in a country, I know I'm in Australia, so we're ahead of time. If you're in a country where Sunday's tomorrow, go to church. I'll leave a link down below if you want to meet some missionaries and ask them. Otherwise, God bless. See you next time.